Good evening. Happy Sunday, everybody. I am Christa Lee, and I am a Black status presenter with Younique. I am honored this evening to be joining you all. Thank you, Jess, for inviting me. I'm going to give it a couple minutes and wait for everybody to jump on so that I can see people are on here. I'll wait for Jess, and then we'll get rolling, and I am going to hopefully motivate, inspire, share my story, show you guys that I am just like you all. So let me give it a minute. Let me see here. I'm not seeing that anybody's getting on. When you guys, oh, there we go. Okay, so as you guys, hi Megan, are jumping on, go ahead and I'm gonna let Jess know that I'm on. And as you guys are jumping on, just say hello, let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Happy Sunday, Megan. And we'll get the ball rolling. How's everybody's evening going? About 20 minutes ago, I was a hot mess, so I quickly got my kids to bed. We let them stay up a little bit late today, and then I threw on a face for you all because it didn't look like this about 20 minutes ago. But I'm excited to be on here. All right. I'm going to wait until I see that Jess is on, and then I'll get going. So invite all your peeps, and we'll get the ball rolling. Let me see if I can get it. All right. I don't know if I'm just not seeing comments. I can see Megan. That's it. If you guys are on here, just please say hello so I know that it's coming through, and then I can answer any questions along the way. I'm not the most tech savvy, for those of you who know me. Hey, Kai. Kai, can you comment just so I can make sure? Oh, perfect. Okay, I'm seeing comments come through. Okay. Hey. Jess, are you on here? Because if you're on here, I'm gonna get going. Mild delay, right? Always that awkward silence in between. It's so quiet and peaceful in my house. It's kind of nice. I got this nice new candle burning, my nice inspirational new picture, and then my happy place. All right. Okay. One more minute, and then we're rolling. We are rolling. So if you're on, say hello. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I'm in Michigan, so it's about 9:30 here, East Coast time. Oh my God, Megan, it's freezing. It is freezing. It was snowing earlier. Megan and I went to high school together. A lot of people don't know that. 33 degrees currently. This is where we're at. Oh, you guys can see my ring light. 33. Tomorrow's going to be high of 40, low of 29. It's snowing. It's going to start snowing at 10 p.m. So what's your eye makeup? That's funny, Kai. I was just saying because 20 minutes ago my makeup was, hi, Danielle. My makeup was null. I had nothing on. It's just Victorious on my lids, and then the dip and draw really quick. And then that's it. Really quick. Okay, Joss is on. Whoop. We can go. California. Ooh, Kai's in California. Okay. I'm going to start over again. So if you're catching the replay, just hashtag replay, because then I will know that you're watching the playback. Oh, we have matching office signs? I just got this for my house. This isn't even an office. I have no office, you guys. You're going to find out. My story is pretty crazy. I kind of evolved into this business just, as time moved on, with the unintention of ever really thinking I would ever get here. But Jess, thank you for inviting me. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Christa Lee. I am an exclusive Black status presenter. Yes, Target. I'm an exclusive Black Status presenter with Younique. I'm going to start with my story. I joined, I'm at my kitchen table, Kai, and you guys are going to see I'm super ADD, so I'll look at comments and get totally off. So bear with me. I started May of 2014. Kai Lauren is my sponsor and my best friend of, oh my God, how many years, Kai? We met when we were 10, so 25 years. I'm 35. She used to come out, well, she was coming out every May for her grandfather's birthday. And they were staying at her house, and I had noticed on Facebook that she was posting pictures of her eyelashes and all those crazy lash pictures that we all did a while back. That, you know, up close, I know, aging. Kai, remember the pictures that they were like just our eyelashes and eyeballs, and we'd cut them off here, like showing the 3D fibers. And so when she came to visit, I'm like, what are you doing? And I was meaning to buy a mascara from her, but I was just like, what the heck? So being the business savvy woman that she is, and I know you guys all had her speak just a couple nights ago, she gave me a mascara and let me try the mascara. And I was sold. As soon as I put it on, I was like, I wore it to work, and I was like, boom, I can do this. So I was one of the first, it's funny because a lot of people say that, Danielle. I was one of the first people to join her team. So to give you a little bit of my background at the time, I am a hairstylist, and at the time when I signed up, I was working 5 days a week, 40 plus hours, plus I was managing a full like 5,000 square foot salon and spa. At the time I had a 3, soon to be 4-year-old son, and I was married to I'm still married. I was married. I was a wife to my husband, Eric. He had just started back, he was a year into going back to school at Michigan State University to get his bachelor's in supply chain. So we were in the thick of it, and I had recently found out at the time I was pregnant with my second child, my daughter, who is now going to be 3 next month. So when I joined, I was like never thinking that I was going to make anything of it. I thought, if I can make a couple extra $100 a month, if I could pay my car payment, if it could just take a little relief off of a bill or two, that would be cool. And Kai and I had this conversation about how great it would be when we both hit Black Status and we buy an island and vacation all the time. And it's really kind of crazy how it's evolved to, now we don't have an island that we bought, but we're vacationing all the time, and we're at speaking events, and we are traveling the world together, and all because we both just decided to go for it. And the journey wasn't easy. And I think that's what I'm here to talk to you guys about, is that my journey to Black is very untraditional in the sense that you'll find out some leaders, and not all, got there fairly quick. Some things happened quicker than others. And it's all in your approach to the business, and there's not a right or wrong way, and we all have our own journeys. And I genuinely believe that for me, my journey evolved the way it was supposed to, the way that God chose it to go, because I needed to develop, and I needed to personally grow, and I needed to be able to handle what was in front of me at the time, because I had many waves of up and downs. So when I originally started, my why was, okay, a couple extra $100. It eventually and naturally, organically grew to a place of, wow, like maybe I can change my life, because I was tired. I was exhausted. I was pregnant. I was behind the chair. I was gone nights. I was gone weekends. I had to miss hockey games. I had to miss doctor's appointments. All things that I had accepted as reality and accepted as, this is the way my life was going to be. This is what I chose. Not realizing that I had the privilege and opportunity to change it myself. And it took me a little while to figure that out. I needed to evolve and grow and think that this is not okay. This isn't what I want. And I was allowed to have these feelings of anger, of resentment, of bitterness, that this isn't what my heart felt that I wanted for my family, for my relationship, as being a wife, as being a mother, all of that. And it really was a journey for me of working through a lot of those feelings and emotions. So, I, along my way to black, went really fast to orange status. So I signed up in May, hit fast start, I think in 4 days. I hit pink status in 15 days. I hit blue status in a month, and then it was green by August. So from May 14th to mid-August, what is that? June, July, August, 3 months, I was green. By November, I was orange. And then I hit a standstill. And I had this really fast growth and really not knowing what I was doing. And I hit orange, and I stayed orange for a year, 12 months to be exactly, because 12 months later, I hit purple. And then 22 months after that, I hit black status. 22 months, you guys, almost 2 years I sat at purple status. I maintained every single month up until August of this past year. Now, my journey was frustrating. You guys, that year from orange to purple, I had my daughter, I had the excuses, I was tired, I was working a lot still. I had every reason to not be working my business. And you could see it because I wasn't growing. I wasn't doing the things that I was taught to be done because I was just maintaining. I can sell, you guys. I'll put it out there. I can sell. Sponsoring wasn't really my strong point, but I could sell. So I always hung on to that because I could always have parties. I knew when my PRS could skyrocket, but I wasn't growing, and I wasn't fundamentally building the business of duplication. You guys, that's what this business is. It's duplication. If you can teach people to do what you do and repeat that over and over and over and over, that is what this business is. And you have to figure that out in your own way. You can't follow a script. You can't follow a certain leader. You have to develop your own skills and find your way. And that's what I found. And I have a really, really fortunate, I am very fortunate, I should say, with the upline that I have, and Kai and Carrie and Nicole. We have so many different types of leaders. And in that, I've also branched out and I follow so many other different leaders. And that's where the bread and butter of this is that you can't be taught one way. You have to be taught in a way that works and molds to you. So you can take all this great knowledge of all these successful people in this business and make it your own and develop your own journey, and then develop your own leadership style. So then your people can learn from you. They can learn from Jess. They can learn from Melissa. They can learn from all these people in your family and outside of your family. So it's really important that that you are able to cultivate that environment of duplication. So I wasn't grasping that at first, and I maintained for that year. And as fall was approaching, I'm like, okay, I need to buckle down and I need to do this, and I needed to start building from there. And it was like this light went off and I was like, okay, I got this. And I hit purple that November, and it was amazing when that light bulb went off and I dove back in and did the things and did the things that I knew that needed to be done. It happened, you guys. It's not put out there so that we can just say, oh, here, read this post and initial and say that you did it. It's because it works. Like, there's no reason to reinvent the wheel. It's just a matter of you oiling your own wheel, right? Like, you know what to do, oil it your own way. If you want to work your business in the morning, work in the morning. If you want to work your business at night, work it at night. If you want to do beauty bashes, do beauty bashes. If you want to do vendor events, do vendor events. You have to really develop and cultivate your own kind of approach to this all. So I hit in November, and then I thought, oh, well, black status is going to happen now, woo, and I was wrong. It doesn't just happen, you guys. You got to work for it. And I'll tell you, in 22 months, I failed over and over and over and over and over and over and over. But I didn't look at it as failing. You guys, I failed forward. Every month I grew, and 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 I failed, and I failed, and I failed, and I embraced the failure, because how you fail will determine how much your company will grow. And so, like, how you handle it, how you handle the fact that you didn't hit black. You claimed it and you didn't hit it. Big deal, you guys. Big frickin' deal. It's a color. I was growing. Exactly, Kai. It's a color. It doesn't define you. So I felt like a Black status leader, you guys. I owned it. I led like a Black status leader. I didn't have the little badge beside my name. And I wanted it very badly, but it didn't define me. And I was going to continue to grow, and I was going to continue to grow my leaders, and I was going to continue to grow my business and my company and show these girls the way of duplication, of success, that this can change your life, because it was changing my life. The road to success, you guys, is built on blocks of failures. If this business was easy, we'd all be Black status too, right? Like, if it was a cakewalk, we'd all be at the top making millions, right? If failure isn't an option, neither is success. And I'm going to say that again. If failure is not an option to you, neither is success, because you have to get out of your comfort zone. You have to find your pain points. You have to dig deep and have that burning why and say, why am I doing this? What is going to make me wake up in the morning, fail forward, and grow myself and grow my business and develop personally? And that's a huge thing too, is that I'm you guys. I am every single person watching this. I am every single white status presenter that clicked that join button and paid $99 for my kit. We are all the same. The only difference is that I choose not to give up, ever. Because I know that if I continue to put in the work, I am growing. Whether you can see it or not, I'm growing. Whether you can see it or not, you're growing. And even by you just tuning into this, you guys, you're growing, because you're giving yourself the opportunity to listen, to take in, to learn, to grow, to hear, to see, to feel everything that people in this business have felt along their journeys. And this is just mine. You make a choice every day. So you can choose to let yesterday define you if you chose not to work your business, and you can think, oh, I didn't do anything, and now what am I going to post, and it's Sunday, and I probably should say something, but I don't know what to write, and I can't sell this palette, and every time I put it on my eyelid or on my eyelids, it looks black, and I look like I have a black eye. I mean, right? Can we talk about that? Or you can share some pictures, or you can fail. You guys, you can fail, do a live and look ridiculous. Your audience will love it, because you're going to be relatable, but you're going to try something and you're going to fail forward, and maybe you'll surprise yourself and create a beautiful look with this new palette, right? Enough about the palette. Okay. Don't waste your pain, guys. Pain points for me are what drove me to Black status. I wanted to, and I still want to, and I could, and I'll say this because if Kai's still on here, quit my job, right? So I'm at a point I could quit my job. So this has created a very financially free lifestyle for my family. My husband is about to graduate from college this May. He's already been offered his dream job. We're currently looking for a new house. And I still haven't let go of that one portion of my life, but I did cut back, you guys. So I'm down to 20 hours a week, no more managing 3 days behind the chair. And I'm doing it because I really love my clients. And I'm not quite ready to give up that aspect of my life, but I love my kids more. So I'm at that kind of, I know I could have quit a year ago. I'm at that point in my life where, I have a choice. 3.5 years ago, I didn't have a choice. You guys, I was dictated by what my paycheck paid me. I was sitting there like relying on someone to tell me when and where I could work and how much I was worth. I was worth a $50 haircut. So that's what defined me on, my little menu sheet. And I'm at a point now where I don't have to do that. And you have to find those pain points for you. So for me, it was like, I wanted to quit my job and I wanted to be home with my kids and I wanted to have this freedom. And I have that. I have all of that. And I did not waste those painful moments. So I'm going to share a little story about your leader in here, because about 2 weeks before I hit Black status, I had messaged her because Kai and I had connected, Jess and I, and we didn't really know each other well, but she was very encouraging to me. And I messaged the two of them in panic freak mode of, I was done running and I couldn't do it. And I wasn't going to do it. And I was going to freeze because I'm a freezer, right? If you guys have all watched Deb Erickson, it's fight, flight, or freeze. I'm a freezer. I freeze and I don't do anything to move forward. And I was frozen in time in that moment. And I was messaging her. I can remember I was laying on my daughter's floor in tears, crying because I was exhausted. My numbers weren't moving. It was closing in on the last 2 weeks of the month, and I had no idea how my last elite was going to hit because she was really far away. And just, it was super encouraging and was really just like kind of quieting and just shutting off all of that kind of in my mind and saying, yes, you can do this. You are capable of this. Let's get down to business. And really that's what it takes, is someone kind of pushing you over that edge and not wasting that pain. So I needed to have that painful moment to push myself over. Angie McCann is another very close friend of mine who is another Black status leader, and she shared with me a story about breaking the sound barrier, and I'm going to probably like murder the story of this pilot breaking the sound barrier, but before he did, there was this fear of death because his plane was, breaking down. It was shaking, rattling, rolling, terrified, loud, screeching noises to the point where you just wanted to run and hide. And then all of a sudden pure bliss and peace and quiet, and you broke through that. And like Angie said something to me of like, you are never going to get there unless you have that really, really painful moment. And I had it that night. And I remember sitting there in my own brain thinking, oh, whatever, this is what we tell everybody, you have to do it, blah, blah, blah. And it really was true. It was like, I had to have that grit. I had to have that moment of complete surrender and knowing that I had to go do something that was going to be super hard and it was going to make me super uncomfortable and that was going to scare the living you-know-what out of me in order to get Black. And unless I did it, I was never going to get it. And that was my moment, you guys. That was the moment that was life or death for me, as I had to push through. I had to not freeze. I had to fight through it. And I fought through it. And I hit 2 days before the end of the month, I believe. 2 days. It was a really bizarre August for me because I'll share another something with you guys. The day I hit Black status, that afternoon, I found out that my grandpa passed away. And I was at work, and, he was very old, and he was ill, battling dementia, and I got the phone call from my mom, and I thought, oh my gosh, like, this just total surrender of, like, this is it, I'm done. Like, I was sad, I was devastated, and, of course, mourning the loss of him, but also mourning the thought of like, I couldn't do it. I didn't have it in me, at that point. And of course I have these amazing leaders in Kai and Carrie and Nicole, and they're all like, we'll take over. We got this. You do what you got to do. And I said, you know what? No, I got this. Like I had to finish because I was going to finish this, and he would have wanted me to finish this. And I have to tell you something, you guys, my team finished that day. They finished without me really having to do what, oh, I didn't see a laughing face. So, okay, it's all good. I can't see any faces. I can't see hearts or faces. I don't know. I don't want to push anything because I'll ruin things. But they finished because they had been given the tools, and it really wasn't me at that point. It was them. And we hit with, a day or two to spare, and it was a pretty powerful moment. And I feel like I've wandered off from my notes, but like, just knowing that you need to find that pain point, and you guys are gonna have to do it. You just have to do it. You're gonna have to go there. You're gonna have to put yourself out there. And if you're running away from it, it's coming for you. So if you want Black status, it's right on your tail and it's gonna nip your ankles. But know that until you can do that, it's just that sweet surrender at the end, and you're just, it's pure bliss. So, I feel like I'm all over the place here, but to really just kind of recap a lot, you guys, you got to have vision. You have to have belief, courage, and discipline. The vision is your why. Why are you doing this? I did this because I wanted a better life. I wanted to be home with my kids more. I am home with my kids more. My husband's back in school, full-time, not working. You know how empowering it is to be able to take care of a family of 4 by yourself? This girl right here, this company right here, because I'll tell you one thing, Younique is our complete what we live off of. That's what pays our bills. Everything I make at the salon is going into a savings account so I can buy a house. And I will tell you that this company can do it. You can do this. This is the most empowering thing as a woman, as a wife, as a mom that you can do. And I'm proof of it. And I'm no different than you guys. I am no different. I knew nothing about this business. I knew nothing about social media. I just chose to show up every day and learn. And I had a burning why inside of me, stronger than any bad thing anybody could say about me, stronger than anybody in my family that said, what the heck are you doing? Stronger than any disbelief in that this is a pyramid scheme, as people say. Anything. My why was deeper. I had the belief in myself that came from personal development. I'm going to share a couple things with you, is that personal development was the key for me to push me through that sound barrier, you guys. So I dove in the last year to tons of personal development. Brian Carruthers, oh my God, this is my favorite book. I'm going to pull it up right now. Totally blacking out. Building an Empire. Thank you. Okay, Building an Empire, 10X Rule, Beach Money, 4-Year Career, Energy Bus, Sponsoring Magic, How to Build Network Marketing Leaders, 1 and 2, and The Obstacle is the Way. That's something that actually my husband recommended to me. Also, obviously, GoPro, You Are a Badass, Girl Code, all those. I dove in and I went for it. And I constantly, whenever I would turn on music or I was cooking, I turned on a book. When I was driving, showering, doing my makeup, cooking, anything, I would just turn on a book because I needed to grow my mind. So vision and belief, courage. You have to have the courage despite your setbacks, you guys. You have to have the courage to do this. No matter what faces in front of you, use it as your fuel. If you want out of, if any of you are at convention, a poverty mental state, if you want out of your current situation, if you want to travel, if you want to be able to put your daughter in ballet lessons, if you want to put your son in hockey, if you want to do things, if you want to send your husband back to school, you guys, you have to use those setbacks. You can't live in a stagnant place of saying, I'm accepting this reality. You have to have the courage to say, I want more. And you have to have the discipline to show up. Vision, belief, courage, discipline. That's what it's going to take. VBCD. So with that being said, I don't want to keep rambling. If you guys have any questions, please feel free I'm going to scroll back. I don't think Heather, I needed this. Thank you. I'm also full-time, 5 days with care stuff, mom, wife. I've had a rough couple months figuring out how to do it all. Heather, it's hard. It's really hard, especially hairstylists, you guys. This is it's a hard business because like we can't be on our phones. Like, so I get up early, I stay up late, I find ways to work it into my life because it's important that I make it a priority. So if it's a priority, you'll find a way. If it's not, you'll find an excuse. Plain and simple. So Jess, thank you for inviting me, you guys. I am honored to have been asked to speak in here, and I wish you all serious success. There is so much room at the top for every single one of you. We're saving you seats. Keep going. Don't give up. This company is seriously changing lives. I am proof. Jess is proof. Kai is proof. You guys, don't give up. Just don't give up. No excuses. Do the work. Show up every day. If you didn't show up yesterday, show up today. Start over. Every day is a clean slate, and that's the beauty of this business, is you can just keep going and just starting over. So do you guys have any questions? I'll give it a minute. You're very welcome. Thank you guys. Hopefully I didn't ramble. I have always my outline, and then I go completely ADD off. So if not, have a great rest of your night. 10 o'clock, go make a post, you guys. Everybody's on Facebook. It's Sunday night. And have a rockin' rest of November. This is the most exciting time of the year. So thank you again, Jess, for inviting me. I wish you all the success in the world, and I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks so much. Mwah.